Hello, good morning, afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen across the world. Welcome to Things Crypto Space, and we are live on the Tuesday, still 27th of July, 3:43 in the afternoon, London time. And it is, it is 3 plus 7, that would be 10:44 in China, which is late. It's still probably early in the morning in the US, which after I finish this live stream, I'm going to follow my my YouTube streamer that I really like shortly. So let's get started. So anything I say in this episode or in my channel is not financial advice, and it's for education and entertainment purpose and for discussion and whatever you like. And please do like and subscribe on my channel. Help me and support me. So let's get started. So this episode is going to be about Uniswap. And instead of a very hardcore introductory about Uniswap, I would like to actually share some of my stories with this lovely unicorn. Unicorn is the icon of Uniswap. And Uniswap is the biggest, largest decentralized exchanges on the market at the moment. And it's the first one as well from DeFi Summer last year. Oh, it started earlier than last year by Adam. Adam worked as far as I know, a mechanical engineer before he actually learned Solidity, so software that you use for doing blockchain programming on Ethereum himself. And I think he wrote the white paper and shared with Vitaly Buterin, so the founder of Ethereum, and got support from the Ethereum community and worked on Uniswap. And boom, Uniswap just became a very successful project since its birth. And there has been a different version came out of Uniswap's team as well. So it's Uniswap 1, V1, Uniswap V2, and Uniswap V3, which caused a big discussion among everybody in the DeFi space, because its feature of allowing people to provide a concentrate liquidity in the pool of pairs of coins, which literally allows user to decide a price range of the coins that they're putting in. So for example, if it's a pool of USDC and Ethereum, then instead of from 0 to forever big figure, you can actually decide, okay, I think Ethereum against USDC is going to be between 2,000 US dollar and 3,000 US dollar in the next couple of weeks or couple of months, depending on how long I would like to keep my position in the pool. I then maximize my price, maximize my assets that I put into the pool, and I generate more income from the transaction fee that I get share from the pool. So it literally, this feature allows users to generate more effective income. But also the underlying issue, if you like, for users is to consider the impairment loss, as well as the frequency that you need to adjust the pool. Because once the price goes out of range, then you're no longer earning any fees until one of the price comes back. So then users have face a choice, either to pull everything out from the pool and reset a price for the liquidity pool, or they could wait until the price comes back up again into the range they set, and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's kind of the basics of the Uniswap. And if you're an existing Uniswap user, you probably would already know what I'm talking about. And if you are an LP to any of the DEX, you probably know about Uniswap V3 if you haven't tried it. But my story with Uniswap V3 started not long ago, probably about just over 2 months ago, when I came back from China, I was like really heavily studying DeFi. But coincidentally, I actually started NFT first before I started any DEX. And Uniswap V3 was just came out in May this year. So it was the first thing I learned on DEXs. And it was the first thing I tried on DEXs. So I was just adding a friend in my WeChat group to say, look, I'm going to talk about you, which is a crypto player I knew of in 2018. Actually, two of them. They're all like my teachers. They helped me with when I was just getting started in 2007, 2008. And one of the guy said, like, oh, I know this guy is very into this. Why don't you talk to him? So I did. And I think V3 only came out like that week, literally. And he took a screenshot of his position with U3. And it was a pair between, I think, Gitcoin and Ethereum. And it wasn't large amount that he put in, but like I think within 24 hours he generated something like $600 of transaction fee share from the pool. So it was like amazing. So I quickly followed him as well as set up other pools to try it out. And sort of, as I said earlier in my previous episode, I'm a learner that I need to try things out when I know there's something. Probably sometimes even before I fully read and understand the paper was written on black and white paper or on website, I would just put some funds in, go through the process, and try to understand it while I'm operating. And then I then go back to read, which probably is not the best thing to do, and definitely not advised to everybody. It's probably going to be bad. It's probably going to be better if you read first, understand the theory behind things, behind what you do, and then you go and do it. But anyway, for me, I'm a bit formal, which probably is not the best thing you should be doing in the crypto space. You should probably be very calm and know what you're doing before you do anything. But anyway, that's just my personal style and personal taste. Now, what I learned is to not rush into things anymore. Or if I know that I'm rushing, sometimes you just so wanting to rush towards something, right? You're just FOMO, just like, oh my God, this sounds fantastic, I'm going to try. Then, okay, if you know that, then just, divide your access into different portion and just use a very small amount of portion to try this thing that you're really FOMO at. And if it goes wrong, and if it only is 1% of your portfolio, 2% of your portfolio, then it's okay, right? But don't put like, a third of your access into one thing that if you know you're FOMOing. So FOMO, FOMO means fear of missing out. So basically, it's just you get really emotional on something and you just really are eager, wanting to try something, but you don't actually know exactly what you're doing, and you're actually taking a medium to bigger risk. That's the situation. But anyway, I was FOMOing to Uniswap V3, but that's a very safe and steady, solid project there. So there's no technical risk I was taking. It's more of understanding of the feature and understanding what impermanent loss is, and understanding the coins, the pairs I'm choosing, because there are so many tools you can use now to monitor all these pairs on Uniswap, and how much transaction fee it's generating every day, every 7 days, and what is the total value locked in each different pool. So all the data is transparent. You can look and then make a decision on whether you want to participate and how you want to participate. So I did try Uniswap V3 for probably about a month before I then took out my funds, because I remember I had some funds in Alchemix, and Alchemix was having I think had a hack when they announced their Ethereum pool. So the price of ALCX was dropping quite significantly. Although I was making a very good amount of transaction fee from the pool I had on V3, the price of the coin of Alchemist was dropping quicker than the amount of money I was making from the transaction fees. So a few days later, I decided, okay, I think I'm gonna, do something else. But saying that, it's down to each of us to be sensible on what we're doing and not panicking when you see one of your coins prices dropping, because it always happens. Especially if you have two volatile assets in the pool, then even Ethereum, if it drops quick. And if it's another altcoin, it drops quicker. So, and the pool will want to keep a balance. So you will find your liquidity in the pool goes lower and lower on one of the pair, and it's ending with one asset in the end on Uniswap V3. Just don't panic. Understand the theory behind it, why there's only one coin in the end if the price goes down or up, and if you're out of the range. And just, number one, understand it. Number two, don't panic if it's changing. And number three, patience of waiting. Believe, just rethink, step back, rethink why you are doing this, why you have put your funds into this pool, and what you believe into the coins of your choice. And once you review all that, you will probably be calming yourself down a bit and then redecide and rethink what you might want to do. You, at the beginning, when you see the price goes up and down, you might think, oh my God, I don't want to lose my capital. I don't want to experience too much of the impermanent loss. I'm going to take my funds out. But when you take your funds out, you have to pay quite a bit of gas fee, as we know. And then you miss the opportunity of actually earning while your funds is in. You're earning. When you take your funds out, you're not earning, right? So just take your time, rethink things. And if you, like what I said, only put 1%, 2%, 3% of your total assets, then you're probably not going to be too panicking. And then it will allow you more time to think what to do. And back to Uniswap, it is, I think, on the forum last week, I saw it's got a proposal of giving people incentives as a Uni token for a couple of pools to encourage people to migrate from Uniswap V2 to Uniswap V3, because obviously Uniswap V3 is a very advanced code that the team has produced, and you can actually see it quite obvious that the team want people to use U3 more than U2. So it then proposed to give people incentives to migrate from U2 to U3. On top of my head, I can remember there are a couple of stable coins and also Ethereum pairs that and also other protocols that build on top of Uniswap, and those coin pairs that would give UNI tokens as incentive. And it seems to be pretty good from what I can remember. So I was actually thinking in my head, like, if I should go back to Uniswap V3 to try it and also, mine some Uni token, because I actually bought some Uni token at the beginning of this year in January. I bought it like at the price of like $5, and then 2 weeks later it doubled. So at the time I didn't really know what Uni does. So I sold half of it. So I had my capital back, as sometimes traders do. And then I kept them until I sold it like a couple of weeks ago when I was shifting all my funds. So I don't have any Uni at the moment, but I would like to have some because it's such a solid, promising project. And also Uni team works with VC, with traditional finance institutions, and it also works with academics. Each different project has its own way of working with different resources. with the traditional world. So depending on how you look at it, some Uniswap fans felt quite negative about how Uniswap's token economics works, right? If you remember, I was explaining what token economics is in my last episode when we were talking about curve finance. Uniswap had its token later, a few months later, after Uniswap protocol came out. So it originally didn't have any of its own token, and it was more sort of stimulated by SushiSwap, which is a competitor of Uniswap. But anyway, I think as a user, don't feel too offensive if the project that you trust, if the project that you rely on, and if you hold some amount of token, and if one day you suddenly see they're doing some traditional finance stuff or work with VC or have a proposal being written by a finance institute or a academic institution that hold a lot of token and just gonna vote for their own proposal, and don't feel offensive, because by the end of the day, you've got to step back and think where you are, who you are, and what you are doing in the market, right? And by the end of the day, we are all individual investors. We can put all our money into one token, and we can still not compete with any of the bigger players, not let alone whales. We can't just be offensive and jealous just because we think we are a shareholder of a project. Because sometimes when you own some tokens of projects, you feel like, oh my god, this gives me such a good feeling because I'm such a big supporter of a particular projects, and I really like them, and I vote as well for their proposals, and I'm just so engaged. And then you get very emotionally attached to projects, and then you get offensive if they decided to do something that is not your personal will, right? So that's something you need to balance. I think blockchain is fantastic to offer people opportunities to occupy as much token as they can, to have a say in the community, proposing things and vote for things, and as well as making money. But by the end of the day, a lot of us have our own jobs, have other assets that we are managing. Could be property, could be bonds, could be stock market, etc. And not everybody devote 24 hours. Always, I think, take an objective view to see it. As I said earlier as well, okay, we are all smaller individual investors. We have our own agendas. We probably more or less just want to make more money. But even though that's the case, always keep your eye forward, always keep your head thinking forward, thinking on behalf of the bigger players. Okay, that's easy, right? Just think, if you are a whale, like you have a lot of coins of a project, what will you do? What will you think? And think on behalf of projects. Like if you are one of the Uniswap team member, what will you do? Why would you make that proposal? And why would you work with this VC, right? And think from a government standpoint of view, like if you were have to set up regulations to manage this whole DeFi world situation, to manage the monetary policy, what will you do? So I know it sounds like all a bit fluffy, like it's may not sound anything to do with personal individual fuss, but it is important to keep that type of mindset in your head, so that it helps you to be more comprehensive. It helps you to be more rational. It helps you to understand the market better, this crypto market, but as well as other markets across the world, whatever is available. So that's what I try to do myself, and it's actually quite good of a learning curve that you experience what's going on in your head and in your heart and in your hands of what you do. So so this is what I wanted to talk about today on Uniswap. So I shared a bit of my personal story on my link with Uniswap v3 and what Uniswap has been going through and will do in the future. So incentives of Uni token, if you want to grasp that opportunity, do look into it. Go on Uniswap forum or website or Medium, and they have their posts there. I think they're starting probably next quarter, maybe as early as August. We need to investigate that. If you want to participate, don't miss out, because the incentives will be good. If you don't have any Uni token, or if you want to have a bit more Uni token, then consider that. And then thirdly, I just touched base on things include don't get too emotional when you see things that might not go the way that you want to go as individual investor. Think big, think forward, and think as if you were a whale. And that's fun, but that also helps you to improve in different ways. So that's all about what I shared today on Uniswap subject. So thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe, and join the Discord channel, and also follow me on Twitter. And I will see you next time.